I don't know a lot about this fund, but I'm told that they are one of the biggest funds in crypto. Hey, Fonte. So yeah, this fund manages, from what I understand, billions of dollars, and is a crypto focused fund. So I don't know a lot about them, but I'm looking forward to meeting them. It's a little unusual to do this call like this, but you know, it's 2022 and things are definitely different. Yeah, so if you're here, we're getting started at 9 o'clock. Going to be doing a VC pitch with a top crypto VC. Should start right at 9.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
Morning.
Good morning. So we'll start right at 9. Start right at 9 o'clock. How are you?
Of course, always ready. 1 second, turning off my Elton John. Good morning, man. How are you?
Great, great. Thanks for taking your time to do this. We'll begin at 9.
Sorry, we start at 9?
Yeah, 2 minutes, just to make sure everybody starts at the same time, since we promoted this at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine. Here it's, I don't want to disclose my time zone, but here it's a different time.
Okay. We'll just give it another minute. Thanks for joining, everybody. I'm going to be doing a live pitch of my company to a major crypto VC. You'll get to see kind of behind the curtains, behind the scenes, how big investors interact with startup companies, and see how we can negotiate and potentially, you know, talk about each other's businesses and get a feeling for each other, and see if there's a way to do business together. And sometimes these pitches go well, sometimes they don't, but I think that it's really instructive and interactive to do it right on live. Nobody's ever done this before, so this is definitely going to be a unique experience. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about your firm, and before I get into kind of what we do here at DrugLike, maybe you want to tell us a little bit about, or tell me, we'll just pretend nobody's listening, like we would normally do this privately, and tell me a little bit about your fund, where it started, how it started, all kind of stuff like that. And you know, so before we jump into my company and what we do. Let's see, I invited you to co-host, so if you can accept that, that'd be great. Maybe I should cancel the co-host invite. Maybe you want to leave the room and come back. It's up to you. But anyway, if you're just getting here, we're doing a VC pitch. So, oh, okay, we're good. Thanks, 3. So yeah, like I said, maybe you can tell me about your firm.
Yeah, sorry, I got rugged by Twitter. Hey, so this is Lyle Mavis. I'm one of the co-founders of, we call ourselves Tres Flechas Capitalo. And so my 2 partners, I haven't heard from them for a while, so I'm leading this call with you now. I would say, like, just between us, I'm the more conservative, risk-averse one of the 3. And yeah, so I found out about you, Enrique, because we're trying to shift a little bit in our focus. So I found out about your reggaeton aspirations, and I was immediately convinced. So that is why we're on this call now. I'm the more conservative one of the three. You might have heard about us, maybe you haven't, but yeah. So that.
Yeah, no, so I don't really focus on paying attention to what the VCs are up to. I focus on my business, so I don't know much about each different fund. So maybe you could tell me like roughly what kind of capital management, how much capital you manage, things like that. Like a billion, 5 billion, 100 million. What's the rough? Are you there? Oh, I guess Twitter's messing around with you again. So I'll wait for you to get back on. And I'm kind of curious why you haven't heard from your partners lately. Is that doesn't sound too normal, but you know. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm trying to add you. I don't know what's going on. Oh, here we go. Keeps coming in and out. Twitter Spaces are pretty buggy. So yeah, I'd like to hear specifics, I guess, about like, is this your first fund? Is it an evergreen fund? Is this a vintage you're still investing out of? What kind of capacity do you have to invest? I just want to make sure we're not wasting each other's time and see if you have real capital that you can deploy. I hope that's not too forward, but you know, I do a lot of these calls and I'm not even sure if there's any funds behind the fund. Maybe you want to leave and come back. That might fix the problem, but I don't know. Let me remove you from co-hosts and then let me add you again, I guess. Add as a speaker. Maybe that'll work.
Normally you do these things over Zoom and
yeah.
Google Meets with whatever. Yeah, good question. So I haven't updated the NAV in a while, but last time I checked it was around 3 billion, more or less, give or take. I mean, it's crypto, you blink and half of it is gone. But more or less 3 billion. The checks we write are somewhere between 50k and 500k.
Wait, what?
Yes, but I haven't heard from them. Sorry?
50k to 500k and you have 3 billion?
Yeah, I mean, you need to just, we call it, I don't know how we call it, but you need to spread your bets, no?
Okay.
Sometimes we do multiple checks of 500k through different entities. So in the end, you still get a few million, but it's...
Okay,
you know,
that works for me.
500k, yeah.
Okay, that could work for me. I think if it was the most you can invest was, you know, 500k, I mean, I think we could still have a call. But anyway, that's really helpful. Yeah, so maybe we can get started. I'll tell you about my company. But maybe real quick, you could tell me about what do you look for in your portfolio companies? Like, what are you looking for? Obviously, hopefully, returns, but...
So... apart from like the obvious things, we also just check if we are in line with the people involved. So that's also why this call is quite important to us. Other than that, like if we like your view and if we like the idea you have, which in this case is already true, we also like firms that we can borrow assets from. So if you have assets, that would be great. And then preferably like not too much risk management and legal on your side. Just, I mean, we're all amongst friends.
Right.
We're probably all gonna make it. So then if you can just borrow some of your assets and you know, make 5% yield on it for you as a service.
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, if you can do that for us, that's I mean.
Yeah, that's something we do. So that's something we do for our portfolio companies. Like we manage the treasury, and yeah, that's like a win-win.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I actually think that's a good idea because new startups don't necessarily have that capability. So if you can manage our cash balance and make it grow, I think that works for us. So anyway,
that's our expertise.
Oh, interesting. So anyway,
can I interrupt you real quick? Like,
yeah.
I have to clear up some rumors because people were messaging me right before this call.
Oh.
So I don't want to be rude or so, but people were saying like this is not a real reggaeton artist. He's LARPing. He's actually an R&B artist. So could you clear up those rumors? Are you an R&B artist or a reggaeton?
Well, I would say that I transcend music, period. That, you know, I'm changing the game completely. Reggaeton is a term used by others. I think that over time people will just see me as an artist, period. So I think we'll see how that goes. But I would say I'm strongly reggaeton influenced, similar to Bad Bunny and other people like that. But, you know, music is just my side hustle. I'm a developer and a business builder first and foremost. I'd say that an entrepreneur. I do some things on the side. I plan on being a film actor, a stand-up comedian. I'm also very active, so I do a lot of different sports. I have about 17 startups. You're just getting the pitch for one of them. I do full-time trading and investing. I'm also a social media influencer, but I definitely have more than enough time for running this company, and I look forward to your investment, your possible investment. But I should just pencil you in anyway for the 500K. But let me tell you what we do before we get into too far down that road. So anyway, our company is developing a software suite for simulation of chemical and physical interactions. So this is a very advanced tool for a pretty small community of power users. So this is not some decentralized finance app that a zillion people are going to use to collateralize NFTs or something like that. I know maybe that would be more interesting to you, but this is a software company that's intending on making revenue and profits. I don't know if that's the kind of thing you look for from your portfolio companies.
We could do it as a change. We're open to that.
Okay, good. Yeah, revenue and profits sometimes I think are helpful. Just when you are growing the company and you have like businesses that actually sell a product, I think sometimes that's something investors may want to see. But in other companies, I know that there's just an interest in how hard can you meme or how hard can you go hard in the paint. And I guess we don't do that much. So we make a company that just makes software that users use and make them more productive. And this is in the drug discovery and other types of molecular sort of screening process. So a lot of our competitors, their platforms cost a lot of money. So we're taking kind of a little bit of a heretical view by charging a lot less. In my past, I've sometimes charged more for products, so this time I'm charging less. We'll see how that goes. Last time it didn't go that great. But, there's a lot of ups and downs in business, right? I mean, it's all about how do you come back from the stress, right? Like, do you face the music or do you run away and hide? Like, to me, I always think, like, the best thing to do is admit you made a mistake and see how you can recover. Don't you agree?
I agree, man. I agree. Like I said, like I'm the third one of the three co-founders. I'm not sure if the other two would agree with you. We're quite different, but I would agree. I would stick around, go for a round two, and
Yeah. See if
like you said, face the music.
Yeah. See if you can make a comeback.
So can we maybe go into detail about the product then?
Sure.
So users will be kind of, as far as I understand it, like I'm more a finance guy, but they will be like kind of solving some kind of minimization problem with their computers, let's say.
That's right.
And the application is finding molecules that potentially have can be used as drugs.
That's so basically right.
If you compare this to like Bitcoin or so, are they able to steer the way they look for a solution? So, or are they just blindly running some algorithm, or can they also say like, hey, I expect the solution to be in this kind of subspace? So,
wow,
is there some edge for people? So it might be interesting to,
It's a really complicated question. So really perceptive question. I thought you guys were more of like just invest in whatever kind of company. So.
No, that's the two others again. Like you're mixing me up. I'm Lyle. I'm the big brain.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I never bought crypto. I'm only buying gold and bonds.
Okay.
These guys wanted to buy crypto, but it's working out until now. But
okay, yeah, no, I mean, I think the crypto market has been in sort of a weird. It's a weird time for crypto. So how are you guys weathering that storm? I mean, I think that gold and bonds probably are doing okay, but have you guys survived this kind of like crypto crash and crypto? I'm sorry to distract from your question, which I have a good answer to. But I'm just curious
I think we're not impacted. Last time I called them was a few weeks ago, and they were on a holiday, so they always said like, "Yo, So I guess we're doing fine.
Yeah.
I don't think we're exposed to things like Luna.
Good. I'm glad you missed that landmine. Basically, I think in a lot of other parts of the world, like I'm in New York, so we work all around the year, but in a lot of other parts of the world, like people take the whole summer off sometimes, right? So anyway, you're right that it's a function minimization problem. In this case, you're trying to lower the amount of total free energy. It's a very complex algorithm. I do think it'd be beneficial for people to run a client that we provide so that they can, anybody, you don't have to be an expert in quantum mechanics to figure out the solution, but at the same time, I also think that there will be power users that try to, kind of get the answer better than our client, and we welcome that. It's sort of like Bitcoin, right? People can definitely try to make a better solution. But I also think, like I said, Web3 is an important new technology, and no software company can afford to miss it. But at the same time, like let me just add you back as a speaker. We have a lot of technical problems with Twitter Spaces, and I know as a big VC, you probably don't have too much time to take too many pitches. So I really appreciate you taking your time. Normally, I only get like 7 minutes with your average VC before they decide whether or not they want to keep looking into the company. So I have 7 minutes to sort of explain a really complicated software suite, but they call it the elevator pitch, right? So anyway, again, I'm still trying to add you. So I think that Web3 is important, and no software company can afford to sort of ignore these technologies. But what that really means to me is that company survival is always the most important thing to me. Company return for investors is always the most important thing to me. Web3 is an important suite of technologies, and I do think they're applicable to what the solution we're trying to provide. But I also think that it doesn't make sense to sink or swim by Web3. I mean, if Web3 can add to your company, great, but you should be able to survive without it. If our clients want to pay us millions of dollars of fiat, I'm taking the fiat, as opposed to the alternative of not taking any revenue. I'm taking the revenue in fiat if I have to. Of course, I prefer to build a crypto native kind of company, but some of these customers are not necessarily going to be ready to adopt crypto. I mean, I could see right now some major company. Here we go. Welcome back.
Sorry, man. The internet in Colombian jungle is quite rough. I don't know where did I leave you?
Well, I was just. Are you on vacation? Colombia. I was going to ask where you have offices and where the partners are located.
Yeah, so we were located in Singapore. Now we're working remotely. Everybody's working remotely.
Okay.
Because that's the future.
It is the future. It definitely is the future, and I know some VCs that are always traveling because they have to go to see entrepreneurs all around the world. And Colombia is kind of a weird country. But, I'm sure there's plenty of entrepreneurs out there.
I guess so. I'm not in Colombia.
Oh, okay.
I said that the internet is rough in Colombia. Yeah, that's just what I read. I read an article about the internet being rough in Colombian jungle, but I don't know. That's just what I read.
Is that where your VPN is, or are you using a VPN?
I'm just using a normal internet connection.
Okay. So yeah, so I think that it's important that we pay attention to Web3 and we try to use some of the Web3 new technologies. But I think if you build your company completely exclusively on Web3, that you can sort of increase your risk unnecessarily by sort of forcing Web3 adoption that may or may not happen. It could take years longer than expected, right? So if Web3 adoption really hits in 2025, what do I do as an entrepreneur? How do I explain that to my investors and to my employees if it's just a couple years later than I expected? I should safeguard the company from risk and from failure. That's a CEO's job. And I think that it's a leader's job. And I think that I'm going to make sure that that's the case. So if Web3 takes longer than expected, or it never happens, I think that the company's software has to be able to stand on its own two legs. That's not the case with DEXs and NFTs. They're only valuable if the core Web3 value proposition is valuable, which I can't predict, right? I'm not a psychic. I know you guys have made big bets in this space, and this is maybe not your philosophy, But for me, I think prioritizing the user and the user's interest, prioritizing revenue, those are the kinds of things that I think have made me successful in some of my startups before, and I'm not kind of willing to make the all-in Web3 bet. So
Fair enough. That makes sense.
yeah, so I think the distributed compute side, we're going to definitely try to make that work. I think there's still some big questions about how can you do that. We do think you can do it, but again, it'll take time to sort of see that through. You know, the biggest problem, of course, is a user who does a bunch of work or says he's doing a bunch of work and he gives the wrong piece of work. How do you safeguard yourself from that kind of fraud? You know, for instance, you see a lot of companies borrowing money and they don't have collateral. You know, how do you safeguard from lending to somebody that doesn't necessarily have collateral or is taking risks with that fund? You know what I mean?
I have no clue what you're talking about. But going back to the to the distributed computer part question, like, will people be solving one specific problem, like finding one match for a molecule, or because I'm not really an expert on this area, so I'm trying to learn. The 2-sentence pitch of this idea is just brilliant. Like, it's brilliant. This is exactly a good application of distributed computing compared to all the shit applications. So I'm convinced. I love it, but I'm just trying to figure out how exactly does it work. So could a user, when he's like mining, let's say for a solution, could he find potentially another drug, and then does he know that? Does he get rewarded for it, or only if you find a solution for the actual problem? Because I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like serendipity even in normal science. Like, could it happen? Could I find like the Coke 2.0 by accident? And do I know then? Will I know this, or
Probably.
how does it work?
My guess is probably not. So if I wanted to find a good drug, for instance, for a very specific cancer protein, and you found it, I asked you to do the job, and 1,000 other people, and you found the very best score, because this is scored by a group of course, yourself, but also a group of validators. So there are 10 to the 20th or 10 to the 30th amount of potential molecules out there that are drug-like. And that's where the name of our company comes from. So it's not hard to make random drugs, just like it's not hard to make random hashes, but their exact fit is difficult to sort of find. So I think that's
I see.
something that's remains to be seen. So I know you didn't give me too much time to do this pitch because you have hundreds of potential companies you're looking to fund, and I know that's the onus is on me to treat you like the princes that you are, the 3 princes. To make sure that I kiss your butt as much as I can, because without you I am nothing. There's no possible way I could run a company without venture capital money. So, I don't know anyone with lots of money or anything like that, so I basically need you pretty desperately. So, can I pencil you in for 500,000?
I think in principle I would go bigger.
Oh.
What kind of valuation are you raising at? That is.
Well, I mean, I'd say that on one hand, I could see we want you to make money too, so we could pick a really low valuation, like 1 million. On the other hand, this could be the next big company, so maybe we should pick $1 billion. I don't know. I just want to negotiate,
Billion. So how do you see yourself compared to like the crypto idea, like Luna, for example? Just saying. So I'm not really up to date, but like Luna.
Well,
like 50% Luna, or
it's a bit different. From what I understand, Luna is very advanced technology where they're trying to do an automated market-making stablecoin liquidity pool, some complicated stuff. There's 2 tokens, one is backed up with the other. Very, very advanced.
There's 3.
There's 3.
Don't tell people, but there's 3 though.
Yeah, so that's too much for me to wrap my head around, but I think that this is much simpler technology where there's just, it's traditional software with kind of a Web3 power boost. I think that Luna may take over the entire world financial system. I'm just trying to help some chemists do their job a little bit better. It's a very small thing in comparison. So I would say that we're probably a little closer to something like a Step-In. I don't know if you're familiar with Step-In. It's a pretty cool app that you run around with, and you get you get money for running.
Yeah, it's genius.
Yeah.
It is genius.
Yeah. So I'd say that we're closer to that. So hopefully,
Okay, fair.
yeah, because our product actually does something similar to Steppen. You know, the Steppen product is like you basically can't live without it. I would say. So our product
Yeah,
is, yeah.
you're both aiming to make the world a healthier place. So in that
That's
sense,
true too.
I see the.
Yeah, so like our product is providing a valuable function for the user. We hope that chemists get used to our product and they wake up one day, maybe this is next year, who knows, they say, I really love this product, I can't see myself doing my job without it. And that's how I feel about Steppen. Every morning I wake up and I say, I can't see myself taking another step without Steppen. So,
Yeah.
you know, or I can't,
Okay, and
yeah.
so okay, and you have us on board, let's say, for 2.5 million.
Nice.
What do you want from us? Like normally, one of the things we do, and we always do this, like regardless of whether the project wants this or not, but it's just like free service. We kind of test the liquidity in the market for the token. So
Oh,
you know, you list the token, we test if there's like enough bids in the market. You know, like Elon Musk did with Bitcoin, just testing some liquidity. That's something we always do.
Is-
What are the other things we can do?
well,
We can put out tweets.
well, hold on. So if I give you tokens, you're gonna sell them?
No. We're testing liquidity. It's like we have a super advanced algorithm that just
Okay.
yeah, it's like yeah, some like pattern recognition. We check all the bids in the market and try to fill them. So then we can give you feedback and say like, hey, there's a lot of people in the market that are interested in buying the token. It might be that the price then crashed 40%, but at least you know where the interest is.
Well,
So that's something we always do for free.
I'm new. I'm new to the space, so I guess if we're gonna partner together, I'm just gonna trust you that you know more about crypto than I do. You guys have $3 billion. You know, global fund in countries I don't even know about, and you know you're deploying lots of capital. So ultimately, you think that's what's best. I guess you know we'll work on something like that. Like you know.
That's for sure. Like that we do for sure. Like even if you don't want it, that's just you know we feel that we're obliged to do that to
Okay.
any project token we get. Yeah, but all other things like we love to be like contributing to our portfolio companies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what we need some help with is expertise on verifiable computing theorems. Is that something you think you could help with?
We have somebody very good with computers. Like yesterday, I got like a blue screen.
Uh-huh.
The Windows crashed, and this guy just got it up in 2 hours. So is that what you mean, or
Kind of, yeah. But how would you compare yourself to the other major VCs that we're talking to?
like who else is bigger than us?
I mean, like Sequoia or maybe someone like that.
Never heard of them.
Okay. Um,
I'm not talking about two nerds in a basement just buying crypto all day. That's not a true VC.
that's
Like-
true. That's true. Would you guys call yourself more of a VC or a hedge fund, or you do it all? You're like a full service, everything.
I honestly call ourselves like market philosophers. Like
Very cool.
we like the whole concept of super cycle is ours. Bullish dumping is ours. Like we really dive deep into the structure of the market, link it to
Huh. So I guess your internet may have cut out. But yeah, market philosophers. That reminds me of George Soros. Similar to Soros, where philosophy comes first, the trading comes second. I gotta say, I'm really intrigued. I think that we could have a good partnership with Three Arrows or Tres Fleches. You know, I'm also bilingual. Yeah, still a little, got some sort of opaque as to exactly how your fund operates and works. I'd like to probably meet in person if possible. Let me add you back as a speaker. I know Twitter's acting up for you. But yeah, it'd be good to meet in person. If you want to DM me some of the details. I'm in New York, so if you want to come see me, that'd be great. I think, you know, having an eye to eye, kind of being able to shake the hand the person you're getting into business with is pretty important. But that's just my 2 cents. So I'm going to keep inviting you back, but if you Yeah, have to leave and come back. Maybe that's a good idea. Um, so yeah, this is how real business is done. I think you get a good sense for like um, how Three Arrows does their portfolio selection and negotiation, and how founders have to sort of stand up to VCs and push back when they, kind of try to dominate you. You have to sort of push back and say, no, I don't need to take your money. I'm I'm good. Oh wait, they're back. I gotta kiss their butt again. Hold on. Hey, so
Sorry, man.
no problem. I have all day for your eminent wisdom. I mean, market philosophy sounds like something.
Yeah, so we're philosophers. So I have one thing, like one breaking point is I don't want to sit at the same cap table as Alameda.
Oh,
That's the only thing. Like I don't care who else is investing or who else is not investing, but Alameda, that's a no go.
okay. Well, we understand that sometimes there's VCs that conflict with each other. We don't plan on raising this round from them, but if they come out with a term sheet where they want to give us 50 million at 500 million valuation, I mean, I'm going to be tempted to take that deal.
No, we will do it 10% better.
10%?
Yes.
What if Sam Bankman is willing to join my board of directors? That's a famous guy. I mean, I'm no offense to you. I'm sorry if you found that offensive. He has a lot of visibility in the space.
You have a very good name, a very good rep. I don't think you want to ruin it by having Sam on the board.
Okay.
That's my honest opinion.
No, I appreciate that. I'm new to the space, so this kind of inside baseball and insider information is really helpful. Would you be interested in making a personal investment as well?
Of course.
And your partners too?
I mean, I cannot speak for them. I haven't spoken with them for a while, like I said, but it might be. It might be. Although they're a little bit allergic of real, like you said, projects with revenue and profits, and so they care more about, bullish thesis and castle in the air. How do you call that? But I will convince them definitely to make the firm go big.
More aspirational.
Personally, I don't know. Maybe they're poor. I don't know.
What? I guess
I don't know how their personal finances are. Like I know they bought a house. Sue bought 2 houses, but
you said his name is Sue?
Susan.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, I guess that's fine, ultimately, we're trying to build a successful company, hopefully build a big company. I guess your partners are more into aspirational companies that are really trying to change the world. We're just trying to change one little corner of the software industry. Nothing as big as changing the world. So I hope that we don't conflict in that, because ultimately, my company's not really going to change the world. It's just going to help chemists do a better job. I think that could be a very big company, but it's not going to change the way money works or anything crazy like that.
No, but like I said, between you and me, I'm running the firm now since 2-3 weeks, operationally and
Congratulations! Congratulations! That's a great.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not really. It just happened overnight.
Yeah.
They didn't come in, so somebody has to run it then. But that's fine, because now we're taking more conservative and a more approach that we've been discussing until now.
Yeah. All right. Well, should I send you deal documents?
Yeah, definitely. Like pitch deck, documents.
Pitch deck?
Team profiles.
I thought we were past pitch deck. Come on, dog. I need this money.
Yeah, then we need a bank. Do you accept crypto or?
Yeah, sure.
Token?
Can you send the money in the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes?
Do you accept SAFs from other projects?
I mean, is that money? Then yes.
What is money? I mean, a SAFT is a SAFT. It's a future promise of tokens.
No, I need the tokens now. I need something that I can sell so I can run my company with the money, or collateralize or something. I mean, I thought you guys had cash money. I need that cash money in ideally next couple hours.
So how much are you looking? What's the figure you have in mind?
I mean, you said 2.5. You said 2.5 million. So, Let's go.
2.5 million.
I need that.
If you, yeah, 2.5 million we can definitely do. Like, you have to send me maybe 3.5 first, and then we
Like collateral.
Sorry.
Like collateral from the other investors.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that. I'm not sure why. Oh, because you're going to invest that for us. So this will be a $6 million round. You're going to do 2.5. The other investors will do 3.5, and you will invest like whatever we're not using for operations, and basically, yeah, that makes sense.
We make money for you, and yeah, that's your runway for the coming, I don't know, few months.
Yeah,
Who else do you have invested?
Pretty much the who's who of the space. So I can't disclose the names without their permission, but I would say all names you've heard of. But I think, yeah, I mean, I think, do you know Do Kwon?
Sounds like a Japanese dessert.
No, no. Do Kwon. I mean, you should be used to Asian names by now. He's a major speculator in crypto, and he's putting up a good chunk of the capital here. Who else? Oh, geez, I'm trying to think. There's a couple of other investors. You'll see.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wire you the money in an hour or so. If you don't mind, I'm gonna test you for red flags. I'm gonna just do some random questions to see if I like you. That's always the last part of the
Oh boy. Okay.
conversation.
I'm a little nervous, but go ahead.
And liking you means, like, if we disagree, that's also fine. Like, I like people that I disagree with.
Okay.
But I just need to test the water a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So.
Yeah, shoot. Go ahead.
What do you think about the Unabomber?
Dangerous criminal. Very interesting philosophical perspective on technology, but he went too far.
Fair enough. Why are you on Reddit and not on 4chan?
I am on 4chan. In fact, I almost bought 4chan. So I'm definitely lurking and anonymous on 4chan. In fact, most of the crazy things that happen on 4chan happen because of me.
Nice. Okay. Did women ruin everything?
No. Women did not ruin everything. Did I pass? I hope I passed. Without this VC money, I'm cooked. I hope you didn't hear that. Okay, I added you back.
Women did not ruin everything, that's what you said?
Correct.
I just got rugged again.
No, women did not ruin anything.
Anything?
No, I don't think so. I like women.
Well, okay. So, I know you like women. I'm also a women enjoyer. I really love women, and I know you do as well, you naughty boy. But, when we look at things like, aren't they ruining every space they enter? Like,
no.
They're entering crypto.
There are people.
And they come up with that bullshit like inclusiveness in Web3 and.
I mean,
be honest.
They're like people like anybody else. I mean, don't you think technology should be inclusive?
No. Women are beautiful. Women are delicious.
What?
They shouldn't be in offices, and they shouldn't work with computers.
Holy moly! I don't know if I want your money anymore. That's kind of crazy.
I hope she hears this, bro. I hope she hears this.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
I'm a little bit disappointed now. And it's going down from 2.5 million to 1 million.
Oh!
But it can always go up. You never know what happens. It can always go up.
Okay. Do you have any women that work at your firm?
Sorry?
Do you have any women that work at your firm, or you've never had a lawyer that was a woman, a professional?
We have a cleaner. She does a good job. And Kyle has a helper also, Filipina maid.
Okay.
Wassiverse.
What?
The Wassiverse. Are you familiar with the Wassiverse?
No, what is that?
Dude. It's like this on crypto Twitter, which I'm also not familiar with, there's like these green little creatures that you see. They're like half frogs, half penguins.
Oh. Is it NFT?
Yeah, exactly. But like you can play with it.
I
Like you
would,
can really. I'm not a big NFT guy. Like we bought some Fidenzas and some, you know, modern art things,
yeah,
which I didn't agree with.
right.
But these guys you can actually play with. So, but whatever. Look it up. It's what's the first canvas.
I will sweep the floor.
We'll sweep the floor. Yes. Do you think every like given time period in the market offers more or less the same chances for people? Like does every quarter offer more or less the same amount of chances to make it or to make it good money or
I would say that if you were market neutral, yes. But some of it is random as well. But if you're long only, or if you're leveraged, definitely not. You know, if you're leveraged near the top, you will go bust. Basically, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean I've been saying this to the guys as well, but and I think they're listening. So yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Do you think so? How do you see like this is a more personal question, but like trading and addiction? Like how do you view those things? Like sometimes a gambling addiction hides in something that looks like sophisticated trading, or like
Oh,
do you have any
absolutely.
views on that?
I've seen that before, and I've had some issues with that myself. I mean, I think that trading is really enjoyable because it's like a slot machine. Like, you look at the market as a big slot machine, and you just press buttons, and sometimes money goes in, sometimes money goes out, but you don't really realize that it's just gambling. And over time, I've had to really think hard about, okay, well, which of this is real investing and real analysis and real company building, and which of this is just betting on red or black like a casino. And I think that, you know, for me, I've gotten a lot better over time as I made some mistakes and done better, kind of, you know, realizing which is which. I don't know if that makes sense, or if you guys maybe never had to have that experience.
But do you have any tips for that? Like how did you what are the tricks or like what are the breakthroughs you had for yourself? Because I mean, if I have a friend that says he has a system for roulette, okay, we laugh at him. But if you have a friend that has a trading system, like even if it's coded up, it could still be bullshit. And obviously, you can look at your P&L, you can do the risk metrics, Supertino shop, etc. But still, man, the decision even to turn on something is already could be a bet, a gamble. Like, how do you make that distinction, you for yourself? Like, how have you grown?
I would say YOLO. You only live once, so you just push the button and whatever happens, happens. Money machine goes brrr. You know, you need to make the money machine go brrr.
Okay, so we're back at 2.2 million now. I'm keeping track of the answers and
Oh, good.
giving a point, you know, to. So so 2.2 we're now. Women did not ruin everything. You sure about that? You can still like change your answer.
This is. I just can't. You know, I have a very successful sister, very successful women executives I've helped over the years. So I'm gonna stick to my guns on that.
Okay, sticking to the answer is always good. So that's 2.4 we're now because I like people that don't change their.
Opinion, no matter what, right? Even if you're losing
Exactly.
99%, you just stick in for the last 1%. Yeah.
But then question 7B is what space women did not ruin, which they entered. I'm not talking about every single individual woman. Like, your sister's probably amazing, my mom is amazing. But apart from that, women as a group, just as you can say, like...
I don't think they're that different from men. I mean, they've been successful financially in every area. I mean, I just, you know, I think, I don't know. You know, I think you're kind of, you know, you're kind of going crazy with this question. But I don't mean to insult.
We're not at 300K, 300K.
Ah! Well, I have to be
300K now.
I have to be a misogynist to get investment from you?
No, you have to be honest.
I am being honest. You just don't.
How do you even know that word? How do you even know that word? There's no man that knows the word misogynist things without being brainwashed already. Like, that word is an invention. That word is a complete invention.
Just because I'm woke Just because I'm woke
Like,
and you're not woke yet.
what's another word? Transphobic. Transphobic is not a word.
I
It's an
think
invention.
you have to respect our cultural differences. I'm in America. I'm in New York City. This is not a laughing matter here.
Right.
We take this stuff very seriously. In your country, maybe you know you guys think about things differently, but in here in New York, this is our
Fair
culture. This is our culture.
Okay, back to 600K. So if you see a video of a long-haired individual beating up a guy and it's ma'am, then you. So how do you look at that?
I think
We in the world outside of the US think like, what the fuck is this shit? They made some wrong turns there in the US. But do you think, and you look at that and you think,
I would say
go girl,
it's a really brave
brave
person.
individual.
Yeah, brave.
Stunning and brave.
Right, brave, stunning, beautiful, courageous. Yeah.
Okay, we're back 1 million. I like it. So, would you be the public face of this company?
Yes.
And so, in how up till what degree do you think pharma or medicine or healthcare is political? Meaning, if you guys find an amazing solution to a real problem, do you think there will be heavy politics involved, not to take your solution, just because you are who you are, you are CK Enrique?
Well, that's
Or
a good
how
question.
do you see that?
People really hate reggaeton. You know, they just say it's a lot of noise and not a lot of substance. And I think that you know that's no matter what you believe, if that's true or not true. The good news is our tool is for other users, so those users can use the tool how they see fit. It's sort of like making Microsoft Excel. Like what you do with Microsoft Excel or Office or Word is up to you. You can make something good with it. You can make something bad with it. But it's a tool. So how you use the tool and what you do with the tool, that's kind of what's next.
That's interesting. So who gets the solution for a problem? Like the problem is posted by let's say another pharmaceutical that's looking for a solution, and
Yeah.
they fully own the solution then afterwards.
Something like that. But I have a call with Do Kwon coming up, so I have to kind of cut this short. You know, you had your chance. You got 30 minutes to send the money, or this deal is over. So, you know.
Or that took a nasty turn.
Well, I don't have time to BS with you. I need this money. You're not going to give me the money. You're not going to give me the money. I'm on to the next one. Do Kwon is ready. He's liquid. He's got big bucks. If you don't have the big bucks, sorry, pal. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You have to go to your investment committee and go and gather votes.
No. We don't have an investment committee. We don't have a risk manager. We don't have a legal. We don't have compliance. I have, if you want.
That's better.
Okay, let's talk business. 2 minutes. I would say 10K in so 10,000 Luna tokens for 15% of the company.
That sounds promising. I have to look into Luna a little bit more before I can accept. You know, I do have mouths to feed here, so $10,000 does not pay for a lot in New York City.
$10,000, mate.
10,000 Luna tokens.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
a big.
Okay, well, let me do the valuation on that, and I'll figure out if that matches up with what Do Kwon is offering me. Do Kwon, he's up there with. He says he knows Satoshi. He says he can get Satoshi as a co-investor with me. So, for Satoshi Nakamoto, I think that would be a pretty significant guy to have on my capital table.
Yeah, sure. So 10,000 Luna, a seat on the board, and never, ever one shekel accepted from Alameda.
Deal. You have a deal.
All right, done.
Perfect.
That's it.
Yeah, I look forward to building a long-lasting relationship with you. You know, this is just the beginning of the start of a brilliant collaboration. And
Likewise.
yeah,
Thank you for it.
no, thank you.
Thank you for your.
I hope everyone on Twitter learned something. This is how the big boys do it. You know, if you learned something today, great. If you didn't, too bad. You're too dense to learn and understand how the big shots really kind of run the game, you know? So at the end of the day, I basically capitulated. I need this guy's money or else. So it is what it is. I'll just get that pedigree and experience, and my next company will be worth more. So why not let them win? You know, they deserve it.
Thank you, Enrique.
Thank you. Have a good one. Cool. All right. We're on our way. We're all going to make it. Hope you guys thought that was fun. Clearly just a satire, just a parody. It's a good troll because I got some people thinking it wasn't real, which is great. Alameda no go. That was really funny.